Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Hello, hello. Welcome to this happy Tuesday. I am actually going on a walk today, so I hope the audio is great or kind of good. I don't know. I guess not great, but anyways, I am walking, and today we're going to be talking about the difference between staying committed to a goal and having this attachment to a goal. So commitment and attachment are very related, but they're two different concepts. So here's what commitment is. It refers to the dedication, to resolve to pursue this goal, its willingness to put in the effort, to stay focused through challenges, through things that you want to accomplish. So when you're committed, you're determined to making process, to see that goal through, to make the required sacrifices that need to be made to get to that goal, which is something that we talk about in the coaching programs. We're always establishing goals to have little things to pursue. So, we have that commitment to certain goals. Now, attachment, attachment to a goal, on the other hand, refers to the emotional connection or dependence on the outcome of the goal. So, being overly attached to a goal can sometimes lead to stress or disappointment. Things don't go as planned because your sense of fulfillment might not be tied to achieving that specific outcome. So, for example, being attached to the goal is thinking that you want to lose weight because it's going to make you happy, right? So you attach to that emotional connection that your life might be better once this thing happens. So in essence, commitment is more about the effort, the action, and attachment is about an emotional investment in the result. You can highly be committed without being overly attached. And that it's going to actually help you stay more flexible, kind of that mentality of all or nothing is going to allow you to kind of break from that mentality and stay resilient. Like when things happen, you'll be able to come back and figure out how to pivot and make changes. So when setbacks come about, you're more likely to turn around and pivot to how can I fix this? How can I work this out? How can I improve? How I can be better? Conversely, strong, like attachment without being commitment might lead to frustration without, having any productive action. That's just like, I want to lose weight because, I'm gonna be a better person or I'm gonna look better. Like there's all of those things. So let's expand a little further on commitment. So action-orientated commitment is demonstrated through having this effort, having this discipline, having this consistency. It's necessary to have those things no matter what is happening in life, right? And that's the only way that, it's funny. People say, it amazes me how long you can stay committed to something or your motivation is always there. And so it's not that it's always there. It's not that it's easy, right? Is the fact that I am committed to myself, to my goals. And that's what I try to teach to people and portray. Like, as much as I, enjoy looking good and, wearing size small and, showing off muscles, that is not the goal. My commitment to myself, to be healthier, to be there for my kids, to not be a burden to others, that is what makes the difference. And so there's also, when you're a committed person, when you're focused on the process, on the step by step, you need to take these steps. It's not just like, I want to be healthy, and do all the quick fixes. That's not what being committed is. Committed is, taking baby steps, developing those habits, learning what good foods are for you. And so this is going to help you achieve your goal. There's no timeline of, I need to lose weight by this amount of time, or I need to lose 20 pounds in 30 days, or there's no timeline. When you're committed, you understand that there's a process. There's going to be time. There's going to be effort involved. And that's going to make a big difference on a plan for you. You know exactly what you're going to be doing, what's going to come up for you, and understanding that it's not just if I do this, X is going to happen, or if I do Y, X is going to happen. So it's understanding that there's a process that you're going to have to go through to make changes. And that's what part of being committed to your goal, to the outcome is. Now, being committed is also going to help you, and you're going to learn through commitment that you have to have a growth mindset. When you're committed, it encourages you to be more resilient. Now, I was recently with a coaching client, and, she told me this is the longest she's been able to stay consistent, because she was not only committed because she wants to be healthier, right? But there's that commitment, there's that accountability that I held her at a higher standard, right? So that commitment to her and to myself as well. Like, I told you I'm going to do this. This is my goal for the week. I'm going to stay committed to that. And so when you have that commitment, it encourages you not only to be resilient, but, when things don't go as planned, or, things don't go as you wanted to, you learn to adapt. You learn to try again. You learn to see what works. You learn to see, okay, this happened. This didn't go as planned. I didn't foresee these obstacles. But now, even with those setbacks, you're still making it part of the journey and trying to figure out how to make things better. So you're more flexible in how you handle life. It's not, again, an all or nothing mindset situation. So if someone's committed, they might just adjust, their strategies, their paths, whatever they're trying to achieve for their initial goal, for their initial objective, and just overall be, I think, more content with the whole situation, the whole process of just being able to stay consistent, which that is one of the main things. People just think have to stay consistent, and that's really hard, and having discipline is really hard, but having that self-love is not hard. When you flip it and turn it around that way, it's not hard. And so that's going to make a huge difference on how you view things. Now, let's switch to attachment.
All right, one of my favorite things that I've been doing, and it's been a while since I've talked about them, is the Rejuvenate oil. There is so many benefits to this oil intensive. I mean, it not only has a proprietary blend of 13 natural plants and essential oils for your hair and skin, but it's a multi-purpose oil that helps with hair and skin. It really strengthens the hair, it improves the shine of it, reduces frizz, it hydrates the skin, and that is one of my favorite things. I use it for skin, kind of like a nightly finish. It's definitely one of my favorite products from Monet, and so I am sponsoring it today. If you want to try it out, or if you have questions or would like to order it, you can always check the show notes below and try it out for yourself. Now back to the show.
All right. Attachment. With commitment, we were more action orientated, right? With attachment, we are more outcome orientated. We are focused more on that, how we're going to feel that emotional bond to our vision, what we want to see, how we want to feel. You might really hyper focus or fixate on it being achieved a particular way. Like, I have to do all of these things to get this to happen. And so when we have this way of thinking, we have a very rigid thinking, right? We have, like, for example, when it comes to weight loss, I was like, I have to do this, I have to do my fasting, and I have to meal prep, and I have to do my cardio in the morning, I have to strength train, and I can't eat past 8. We have this very rigid way of thinking, so because we are so attached, it can make things very hard to adapt and have these really high unfolded expectations of us that are really hard to hold. And that's what causes people to find it challenging to be healthy. That's what people find it hard to stay consistent and maintain their routines because they burn out. So people find it challenging, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be healthy. If this is what it's going to take to be healthy or to lose the weight or for me to be happy, I don't want to do it because it is not worth it. It is way too much to be doing. And so that's what happens when you have that attachment to the goal. And then because you attach, for example, which this was me a long time ago. I thought, if I lost weight, I was going to be happy. I was going to be happy with the way I looked. I was going to be happy with the clothes, but that never happened. So I had that emotional dependency. That attachment can definitely lead to having those emotional ups and downs of, not succeeding and succeeding. And it can really lead to you failing multiple times. It can lead to delaying the results that you're looking for. It can lead to frustration. It can lead to anxiety. It can lead to not believing, that you are not capable of doing what you said you are because you're so attached to that emotional part of, if I had this, I would feel this way. Or And I say that because that was me. I would always ask, why is this not working for me? Why can't I look a certain way? If I did this, like, why don't I look like this and that person looks like that? So when we start creating this emotional dependency and being super attached to our emotional goal, and because we are so rigid and we're having to multiple tries and multiple fails, and why, even questioning why is it even worth it, we start beginning to create this fear of failure, right? Fear of failure. And if somebody's highly attached to their goal or expectation, the fear of not achieving the goal can be really overwhelming, you know, and can really cause them to like even give up, to not even try. I remember one of the things is like, a lot of people know what to do and how to do it, but because they've tried and failed so many times, it can really kind of freeze you like a deer in the headlights and just not move and, not take any action at all and not see any progress. And so a healthy balance would be, I guess, the mindset that you would want to take here would be often a balance between commitment and non-attachment, which means basically, you're committed to the process, you're committed to the effort, you're committed to being open and understanding that results are going to be up and down. The fastest point from point A to point B is just to stay consistent, to keep going, no matter what is happening, as long as you keep moving forward. And this is going to allow you to have more adaptability, to be more resilient, and most importantly, have an emotional well-being, which is the most important thing, right? So, for example, let's land the plane here. If you're committed to becoming healthier, you exercise well and you'll eat well and you'll plan your meals and you'll focus on your sleep and your hydration, the basic habits that you need, right? But to do that, you need to stay consistent. If you're overly attaching to a specific weight or body image, any deviation from that outcome might cause you frustration. You might be committed to adapt to maybe another approach instead of just focusing on being healthy and having good habits, right? Because it's not all about the weight scale. It's not all about looks. It's about longevity and being able to take care of ourselves and avoiding getting sick and being able to move as a mom or as a dad to do things with your kids. So if that's the goal, and you want to have that balance between commitment and attachment. And so I hope this was helpful today. I really hope the audio comes out okay, but I actually enjoyed doing this walk. And if you need help with this figuring out how to balance that commitment and attachment, then let's just have a talk. Let's have a talk and see how we can fix that, how we can get you to have a better relationship with food, exercise, and just a well-balanced life, right? Healthy life. But that is all. I will talk to you next time.